Hello everyone and welcome back to another Watercolor Wednesday video. Today we are going to learn how to paint super easy watercolor orchids. To start, you will need watercolors, paper, a pencil, water, paper towels, and brushes. I recommend round brushes. I'm using a number 8 round and a number 3 detail brush. To start, I want you to lightly sketch out the pot, leaves, and stem for your orchid. We're going to start painting the orchids first. Since we're going to be using a very light wash of color, I recommend erasing your line so it doesn't show through the paint. I like to keep a little tail on the end so I can envision where the flowers should go so they fill in the stem nice. I'm going to pick up my round brush, I'm going to wet it, and I'm going to pick up a lot of pigment. I'm going to be using this magenta pink color, but you can use whatever color you want. Make sure to grab a lot of pigment on that brush, and we're just going to make a little blob. This will be the center of our orchid. Then rinse out your brush. Make sure it's decently wet, and then we are going to start painting the side petals. Kind of think of the shape as elephant ears. You want to wet the entire petal area with water or a very, very light wash and just lightly touch the pigmented area. The paint will naturally travel to wherever there is water, so it will bleed and give a petal-like effect. Then you want to make a third petal in the space above between the two, sort of a teardrop shape. Try to leave a little bit of white space between the side petals. The key is to keep the outermost parts of the petals the lightest and allow the pigment in the center to do all the work. We're going to repeat this process a few more times for a total of 4 orchids. I'm also going to make a small flower bud by painting an almond shape on the end of my second branch. Now we're going to paint the leaves. For this, I mixed some brown and some green to get a deeper color green, truer to the leaves. You can use whatever color that you'd like. Once you have a color that you're satisfied with, you can go ahead and paint in your leaves. Remember, if you put down much pigment, as you'll see that I did, you can always dry your brush off and pick up the excess water. Now that my leaves are done, I'm going to paint the soil. For this, I just mixed some brown and black together. I used a detail brush for this part. Next up, I'm going to paint the pot. I painted mine gray, but you could use any color that you want. I turned the paper a lot to get a good angle on my painting. Be sure to leave space between your colors so it doesn't bleed. You can also wait for your painting to dry between colors if you would like. I added a little shading on the left side of my pot to give it a little bit of depth. Finally, we are going to paint the stem. I just added a little bit of black to my green-brown that I made earlier. Using my detail brush, I just carefully paint in the stems and make sure to paint them in between the flowers if you have a little bit of space as well. And there you have it, our finished watercolor orchid. You can make them in a variety of colors. I encourage you to be creative. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out our other watercolor painting tutorials on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching!